Hello, welcome. I'm going to check audios in a second. We are about to have a chill stream though. Because I'm fed up with the technical difficulties I've been having recently that I have troubleshot and have been seemingly pointless. I haven't been able to track down what was causing the issues I was having the other day. So that's always disconcerting for sure. Gonna check the audios. The audio levels. Am I live? Yes, I am. And I'm making noise too. Good. We got audio, fam. That's fantastic. So, I don't have much in the way of ideas that are entertaining for today's stream, but that's never stopped me before. I have some administrative stuff I could stand to do on the side. I am organizing a little company-wide situation right now. And so I did the dreaded, hello, this is the group chat full of the people who haven't filled out the form I sent out. But I try to be really funny and charming about it. Try to be very, very quirky. And I had to learn some new things about how Slack works in order to make that happen. And then I said, I'll read this part. This group chat will be like the Hunger Games, and you will slowly be picked off as you complete your forms. Until then, every hour on the hour, there will be ... reminders. But then I ended up being like, you know what? These are real life people at work doing work. So I later was like, I'm not going to spam y'all, but I will send out a reminder out of working hours. Because one of the conflicts as to why a lot of people hadn't filled out their forms was because they had stuff they needed to like do at home. Like there were obstacles, like basically work obstacles that kept them from filling out their forms. So they're like, I'm gonna do it when I get home. So I was like, word, that makes sense. I'm not gonna spam y'all. I'm going to send a message at 7. So still no new form responses. I just checked. And I'm going to figure out how to schedule a Slack live and in Technicolor on YouTube. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I've seen the option before. I was going to go send a message on Instagram last night and it was later and Instagram was like, whoa, it's late. Do you want to schedule this? And so I did, but I scheduled it for like 3 a.m. because like I knew for a fact the person I was sending the Instagram DM to doesn't have notifications on. So it wasn't going to actually be an issue. So I was like, let me send it at like a bizarre, annoying time just so I can use the schedule feature because that sounds fun. Schedule a Slack. So we open the channel or DM where I want to send my message. I click the message field. I type my message and add any attachments, emojis, mentions, or formatting. I click the arrow icon next to the paper airplane emoji. I select a date and time for delivery. Click confirm to lock in your settings. Slay. Seems pretty easy. The arrow next to the airplane? Okay. So, hello. This is a reminder that to fill out your Google Forms. Should I say gentle? I'll do a gentle reminder. Does that make it more passive aggressive? I'm trying to be helpful. That's actually the thing. I'm trying to be helpful. I'm not trying to be passive aggressive or micromanagey. Hey y'all. I'll be Southern. That feels like it softens it, right? Hey y'all. Hey y'all. This is a reminder to fill out your Google Forms this evening. I'll check numbers tomorrow morning and follow up. Okay, so now I schedule this for later. I'm going to do a custom time and I'm going to schedule it for 7:15 because earlier I said I'll try to schedule a reminder Slack for around 7 this evening. So I'm going to schedule it for 7:15 because earlier I was talking to my boss and we had a holiday party last night and I left. He left before me, was asking me what time I left. And was just kind of like, oh, how was it? Like, we were doing that chit chat. And I was like, oh, around 6:36 or around 5:36. And then I realized I said around and then named like to the minute the exact time I left. But he had interpreted it as around 5:30 or 6, you know what I mean? Around 5:36. But I was like, 5:36 because that was genuinely the exact time that I was like glancing down at my phone, seeing the time and then being like, "Oh, I should head out." So I then called myself out on that of like saying around and then giving a specific time. So now, since earlier I said around 7, I'm going to not schedule it for 7. I'm going to schedule it for 7:15, which is around 7. So other things I can talk about today is this outfit I have going on is inspired by Truman Burbank of the Truman Show. I went and pulled the wrong word. Of the Burbank show, of the Truman Show. I've always loved. Jeez, I'm so sorry. I'll show you the outfit. I've always loved his style. Like Truman's drip is unmatched. So good, right? So good. So I think he's actually wearing like a sweater vest, but ever since I got this yellow sweater, I've been kind of like, I should figure out how to do the Truman Show outfit. Cause that's like, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but the first time in the film that he says, good morning. And in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'm pretty sure which is like one of my favorite quotes ever. I think he's wearing this outfit, and I think this is the same outfit he's wearing when he's on his way to work and everything. He like starts to notice that the actors are acting. And he like goes around the roundabout and that's like a whole thing. I'm pretty sure it's in this outfit. So it's like a standout outfit from the film. I'm not just like that obsessed. But that movie had a very profound impact on me as a kid. I will say. Because it was like the first, I think it's PG-13, right? I think it was like the first PG-13 movie that my older sister really wanted to see. And then like was allowed to see, I guess. What is it rated? Let's see. Either that or it's PG. Okay. Then it was the first movie that she, I guess, had seen an ad for and was like interested in as like an independent, you know what I mean? When you're a kid, you kind of just watch the movies that you're like shown. It was like one of the first movies that I think like she was like, I want to see this. And so we watched it. And then it just became like, I mean, it's a phenomenal film, instant classic, you know? So that's just always been a favorite of mine. I think it's actually in my top 4 on Letterboxd. Like, just it's a valiant placeholder to always be there, you know? It's solid. So yeah, I when I think of the Truman Show, I think of this outfit that Truman wears, and then of the red cardigan that, his love interest, what is it, Celia? What's the love interest name in the Truman Show? She has this red cardigan, and similarly, I have a red cardigan that when I got it, I was like, "Oh my god, it's like the Truman Show, I just need a little pin." Where it says, like, what's gonna happen or something. What is her character name? Lauren. Lauren Garland is her name. Oh, yes, phenomenal. And then the shocking moment when they open up his desk drawer at work and he's been piecing together pictures to like remake Lauren's face so he can remember her. But he's like having to cut up magazines. Golly, that's such a good movie. I need to watch it soon. Yeah, she has a little red cardigan on. What does the pin say? What's going to happen, right? Golly, what a phenomenal movie. How's it going to end? Whoa. Okay, y'all. I'm about to put my tinfoil hat on. Something that is another reason that I feel like a lot more people have been talking about Truman Show recently is because Taylor Swift, y'all hear me out. This is insane. A lot of people think that maybe Taylor Swift is doing performance art with some of her public facing actions that she has taken because she, in a lot of songs and in a lot of her little beginning bios that she writes for albums, there's a real word for them, but it's escaping me at the moment. She consistently will point to the lyrics. And then if you read lyrics, like her work, her poetic work, a lot of her lyrics, I don't know, lean toward they all say things in a certain way. And then that the way that she is saying things and the fact that she keeps pointing us towards the lyrics, sometimes they clash with her public facing actions. And she uses the theme of separating her private and her public life often in her work. She draws a clear line between the two. And often in her lyrics says, you know what I mean? This is smoke and mirrors a little bit. Yes, right? I know. I know. Do I sound media literate or crazy? You be the judge. I like to think media literate. Anywho, so she ends the Eras tour with she takes a bow, and it's a very dramatic bow, and it is very reminiscent of Truman as he walks up the steps and exits the Truman Show. So, all sorts of people have all sorts of analyses about what that means. And it's also not too hard to understand why, even if like whatever we can what is it, Occam's razor, where it's like the most likely thing is probably the most likely thing. Did I butcher that? I don't know. If we play that game, even if like she's not doing this convoluted performance art, it is still reasonable that a celebrity would connect with a movie like The Truman Show because hello, I live in a fishbowl, which she uses a lot of like she commonly uses that imagery and metaphor. The reason I've given you so much background for this is because I just realized that um the pin that Lauren wears in the Truman Show says Let me get the exact words, but I'm pretty sure it says, "How does it end?" I'm sure there's a brilliant Swiftie. How's it gonna what does it really say? It kills me that I can't. What does the Truman Show pin say? How's it going to end? Okay, there you go. I'm sure a smart Swiftie has already said this already because there's millions of them and they say so much. But how does it end is one of the names, or how did it end is one of the names of the Tortured Poets Department song. A really gorgeous song, mind you. So now, should I go ahead and look through the lyrics to this one and see if there's any other Truman Show-esque stuff? What is so interesting, actually, is there has always kind of been this sense to the lyrics of this song that it's obviously unrelatable if you're, like, a real person. Um, or if you don't live in, like, a super small town, because she kind of talks about, like, people seeing her at the shops and caring about her personal life, which isn't necessarily relatable to me. Um, but it is very Truman Showy in the guess who we ran into at the shops, walking in circles like she was lost. Obviously, that makes sense just naturally unrelated to the Truman Show. Again, because it's this theme of living in a fishbowl, and Taylor Swift has certainly lived the life of Truman. Is that gonna be a saying in the same way that the life of Riley became a saying? It probably won't become one because it would have become one by now because the Truman Show came out in, like, what, 84? No, that's not even almost right. Let me clock it. I'm sorry. I just was looking at it and I kind of that wasn't an educated guess. That was me trying to memory recall. Yeah, 98. Hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't believe that was an accurate guess. Um, but yeah, came out in 98. Any hard references that would permeate society from that movie have probably already come and gone, and we would know about them by now. So never mind. But every so often, my name is Riley. I don't know if you know this, but every so often I'll meet someone and they will be like, "Oh, The Life of Riley," because there's what was it 1940s? That was a show. 49. Got a little bit closer this time. But yeah, so every so often that will come up. So in that same vein, I know a lot more about Truman than I do about the Riley from The Life of Riley. So that's what. Well, this is awkward. I'm sorry. I would say we have probably been on live stream together for an appropriate amount of time, and I'm going to stop it now. I hope you have all had a great Thursday. I cannot believe tomorrow is Friday. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening. Goodbye. And in case I don't